The Lord be with you and also with you. Let's sing our first song to help us get ready to hear God's stories. Oh God, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Jesus, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Spirit, we adore you. Lay our lives before you. How we love you. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. When we hear those words, we know it's time to get ready for one of God's stories. So today I'm going to be telling you the story of the Greatest Commandment. This is the city of Jerusalem. So many important things happen here that we just need to have a small piece of it to help us to tell the stories. Once every year, the people of God go up to Jerusalem, the holy city of God, to celebrate the feast of the Passover and to remember how God led them through the waters to freedom. And every year, Jesus and his family and friends go to Jerusalem to celebrate this feast. But this year, when Jesus was entering Jerusalem, the whole city was asking, "Who is this man? Who is Jesus?" Now, as Jesus was sitting at the temple, the high priest and the elders were trying to trick Jesus. They wanted to arrest Jesus and have him killed. So they kept asking, "Who gave you the authority to say what you say and to do what you do?" And they kept on questioning him. Then one of the teachers of the law came and he asked Jesus, of all of the commandments, of all of the 10 best ways to live, which is the most important? Jesus answered, of all of the commandments, the most important commandment is this: our God is one. Love God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, with all of your mind, and with all of your strength. And the second is this: love your neighbor as yourself. There is no greater commandment than these. You are right, the scribe said. God is one. To love God with all of your heart, with all of your understanding, and with all of your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself is more important than all the burnt offerings and sacrifices. Jesus said to him, "You are not far from the kingdom of God." From then on, no one dared to question the authority of Jesus. I wonder how Jesus feels when he enters the gates of Jerusalem and the people are asking questions about him and wondering who he is. I wonder how the people in Jerusalem feel as they listen to him talk outside of the temple. I wonder how the crowds of people feel when they hear the chief priests and the elders trying to trick Jesus and asking him questions. I wonder how the priests and elders feel when Jesus tells them what the most important commandment is. I wonder what they think when Jesus tells them what the second most important commandment is. I wonder why it is hard for some of them to love Jesus. I wonder how Jesus feels about the priests and the elders. I wonder how the people feel when they love God with all of their heart and all of their soul and all of their mind and all of their strength. Today's story is in the Bible. And again, we'll light the Christ candle to help us remember that Jesus is always with us. When we hear and tell his stories, and when we read from the Bible, so today's story again is in the book of Mark, which is in the New Testament. It's the New Testament, Matthew, Mark. Listen to this story in the Bible. One of the teachers of the law of Moses came up while Jesus and the Sadducees were arguing. And when he heard Jesus give a good answer, he asked him, "What is the most important commandment?" And Jesus answered, "The most important one says, 'People of Israel, you have only one Lord and God. You must love him with all of your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And the second most important commandment says to love others as much as you love yourself. No other commandment is more important than these. The man replied, Teacher, you are certainly right to say there is only one God. It is also true that we must love God with all of our heart, mind, and strength, and that we must love others as much as we love ourselves. These commandments are more important than all the sacrifices and offerings that we could possibly make. When Jesus saw that the man had given a sensible answer, he told him, You are not far from God's kingdom. And after this, no one dared ask Jesus any more questions. So now I'm going to change the light that's here right now in our worship center in Greenbush Reformed Church. Look, it's filling our room. The light is filling this space. And even going home to where you are right now. So we're never far from the light. Let's sing our goodbye song together. Go now.